Hey everyone, welcome to Marriage Hot Takes, the podcast where we have honest conversations about marriage while it's still hot.
We're Aaron and Kim, and we're so glad you're here.
This isn't about being perfect, having it all together, or pretending marriage is easy.
It's about real life, real love, real struggles, real growth, and learning how to choose each other every single day.
We'll talk about communication, conflict, faith, intimacy, expectations, and everything in between.
So whether your marriage is in a great season or a hard one, you're not alone.
Let's get into today's Hot Take. Welcome to Marriage Hot Takes. Thank you for joining us today. I'm your host, Aaron Degler, along with my wife, Kim Degler. We will be your host in this show as we share some hot takes in marriage. Today is really just about an introduction of who we are, what we're going to do with our podcast, and what kind of things you have to look forward to. Kind of the reason why we started, why we did, kind of how long we've been married, kind of all the background. And so that way you kind of know who you're listening to each week. We'll have a new episode out every week. Kim, what do you have to say?
I'm excited about what we're doing.
So as you'll find that sometimes I'll lob her over a question, it'll catch her off guard, and she might be awkward, might say something, who knows what.
It's like a circus trick.
Like a circus trick. So you just never know. We will just roll with it. It's nothing scripted. We have an idea every week of what we want to share, what we want to talk about. Kind of our experiences and how we've dealt with it, handled with it, and we'll kind of go from there. So a little bit about us. We've been married for 21 years.
Almost 22.
Almost 22. Not far off from 22 years. Mm-hmm. For both of us, this is our second marriage.
Yes.
We have 4 kids.
And when we got married, they were little.
From
2 to 6.
2 to 6. So we're a blended family. Mm-hmm. So we're just going to kind of share really what we've learned in those 22.
Almost 22 years.
Yeah, almost 22 years.
A lot.
From being a blended family to the challenges we've had as a couple, challenges we've had as a family, as a blended family. Really, statistics show that both of us being our second marriage, that second marriages have a 70% divorce rate. And within the first couple of years, we're almost one of those stats. Mm-hmm. And we have worked on our marriage over the last 22 years. And we
might not have worked on it for 22 years.
We've been in it for 22 years.
We've been in it for 22 years. I don't know that you could say we worked on it for 22 full years.
You're probably right. Yeah. It's maybe half.
Yeah, probably so. We've worked on it a good 11 years.
Yeah, probably 11 years.
Maybe more.
Yeah. But looking back, since we have done work on our marriage, mm-hmm. we can better pinpoint some areas that we had trouble with.
Yes. That
we were really some heated discussions, arguments.
Right.
And
just raising kids, being married or being second marriage. When you're raising a family and you're married, obviously, sometimes you're not, but it's hard. Those are hard things. You've got little ones to deal with, and just to try to make it through that in itself is a challenge.
Mm-hmm. And so we're going to share those things. Really, we're going to different experiences we've had. We are, like you said, our kids were 2 to 6
mm-hmm.
when we got married. Mm-hmm. So we got married, and we instantly had a family of 4. 4 kids, so a family of 6. But
yes.
The
next morning we had 4 kids to feed, mm-hmm. breakfast too. And
literally the morning after, we have a picture of our kids sitting around the table
eating powdered donuts. That's all I knew how to feed them.
It was.
Hey, what do I do with these?
Because we were both in our late 20s.
Yes.
When we got married to each other, and so we're both now in early 50s.
Early 50s.
Yeah. and there's been a lot of space between in those years, a lot of growing and learning. And as we'll share, as we talk about different experiences we've had, as we say, we've worked on our marriage. We've been able to work on our marriage because we have worked on ourselves.
Right.
Is a big thing that we've really worked hard on. And I think probably since our kids have moved out, our last one moved out.
Our last one's moved out in 2020.
Yeah. So in those years too, we've been able to work on ourselves more, work on our
marriage more.
Yes. Yeah. And again, as we'll share that it's future, the seasons we went through with kids and without kids, being empty nesters. So we're going to just share some of those. And we feel when it comes to marriage, we've been having a marriage group for the last 5 years. 5 years?
5 years. We thought it was 6, but it's 5.
We
started 5. In 2021.
Oh, okay. So
January 2021. So it's 5 years.
And we started with a group of friends. We have a couple other couples that we initially started out. We met once a week for about a 12-week period and kind of worked out.
Went through a whole lesson, a whole series, a Chip Ingram, actually God's Dream for Your Marriage. And it was wonderful. Yes.
And it really helped us understand each other a little bit better. And then after we got done that 12-week series, then...
And during at the very beginning of that 12-week series is when we started praying together. Every night. And we have done that every night since then.
So one of the challenges that we had was, I think it was Chip Ingram had put in there in the notes, was to pray together.
Yes.
And so we took that. The challenge was really for 30 days.
Yes, it was a 30-day challenge. We
challenged our group to do it for 30 days every day, out loud.
Out loud. Join hands out loud.
Out
pray
loud.
Out loud to each other.
And so an interesting thing about that, so Kim and I, before we started, we were discussing about who would, every football game has a color guy and has a stats guy, and we kind of decided that she'd be the color person because you're just not sure what she's going to say, and I'd be more the stat guy.
Yeah.
So stats again show that Christian married couples that pray out loud together have. So if first divorces are 50% over, second divorce is 70% over, third marriages are even higher than that. You can take all of those by praying together out loud. Christian married couples can bring that down to 1%.
1%.
1% of 1% divorce rate.
Right.
And with another stat saying that only 4% of married Christian couples pray together out loud. And we don't share us doing that because we feel we're special. We just share it because
we're not.
Because we're not, as you'll find out.
And our prayers aren't always formal.
No. They go, they're just kind of
all over the place. They're whatever we're feeling at that moment.
Yes.
Yeah.
But we've been doing it for every day. It was a 30-day challenge, and we just kept on doing it. And we haven't, as long as we're together, which we're very rarely apart, in the evenings, and we pray together. And we've continued that marriage group. Afterwards, they wanted to continue to have it, so we meet once a month. And it's very powerful. It makes a difference in all of our lives. It's one of those non-negotiable dates that we have once a month. We always have it on a set day, like the first Wednesday of every month we have it, and we get together and we share. I usually lead and share a topic, and we talk about and discuss our struggles and how it works, doesn't work, how's that look in real life. And that's kind of, we found that a lot of married couples have the same issues that we've had over the 20 plus years.
Right. And I think with both of our work history, or what, like occupations, whatever that's called when you have to work. Like I worked doing hair for 20 years. Well, over 20 years when you add in the second.
Yes.
Anyway, I think when you talk to those people, just like you talk to people every day as well now, when you hear people talk, they all have the same problems. It's the same problems. No one's immune to it. We all have the same issues. Some are bigger than others, but
and we found that people they don't share it with each other.
no,
Typically, they share it with us because personal trainer and you
doing
were
hair.
doing hair.
It's
so
close relationship. Really, is the way they feel. It's one-on-one, and someone they feel like they can talk to. It's like they think they're at therapy, so they're more apt to open up in those circumstances and come to find out that, everybody kind of shares some of those same problems that in their marriages.
And that's kind of our goal, is to take some of those and help people realize, those listening, that you're not alone. It's not just you. It's not just you struggling with your marriage, of waking up when the kids are gone saying, who is this woman beside me? Who's this man beside me?
Meaning when they're gone and they've moved out.
Right.
Yes. And that was always one of our goals when the kids were growing up, is that we didn't want to, when they left, look at each other and just be like, I don't even know who you are. Because I think that happens so many times, because you put your whole identity, especially for moms, we put our whole identity into our kids, of making sure they get here and get there, and they have all the practices and all the, and we take care of all that, and that becomes who we are. And then when they leave, we don't necessarily know who we are. And then we look over at the person sitting in the chair next to us and think, who is even that? And I don't even know if I like you. And we didn't want to be that way.
Because we saw that in other people we knew. And we decided that pretty early on.
Yeah.
That we didn't want that. Mm-hmm. And it takes work.
Yeah, it's not been easy.
And so hopefully through our conversations each week, the listener will realize that it's a lot of work. If you see a marriage that is working, it's not because it's working by accident. It's working because the two involved are putting a lot of work into it. It's kind of like if you see a person that is fit, they didn't just
That's not by
happen
accident.
like that. Yeah.
They put a lot of work into that.
They put a lot of work into that.
You need to commend them.
And a lot of work and a lot of sacrifices.
Yes.
And just as we've done, there's a lot of sacrifices that to be able to not be a statistic, a stat,
Statistic.
a stat, that we were really headed that way.
For sure.
The first couple of years.
Yeah. It wasn't good.
And quite honestly, to be honest, the only thing that was our saving grace in the first 2 years, we were both stubborn. Mm-hmm. And neither one wanted to, throw in the towel.
Throw in the towel and say, hey, you were all right.
Yeah.
Everyone was right. We weren't going to make it.
Right. Because when we did get married, there were many that said, you're not going to make it. It's not going to work out.
Yeah.
All the reasons we didn't. And being in our late 20s, we didn't really listen to
any advice
because we knew better at 28.
Sure we did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we know better.
Yeah. And so we were just hard-headed.
Mm-hmm.
That's how we're here.
It's a long way.
Yeah.
There's a lot of works. A lot of times we see people where they're at and go, I want to be there. But do you want to go through everything we went through to get there? So our goal really is to share some of that wisdom.
That we've learned.
It did. And it came most of it came the hard way.
From trial and error.
Yeah.
It's the worst.
And then again, we feel nobody really shares with each other.
Yeah, they like to keep that under the rug.
Yeah, married couples. And so there's a lot of times we're going to be transparent and open because that's how we share what's going on.
Yeah.
And
open a conversation.
Huh?
To open a conversation.
Yeah, to open a conversation. Instead of saying, these are the things you should do without giving you examples from us and how it worked. And
to make you hopeful that you're not the only one that struggles in those, in certain areas. I know there are some that probably have gotten married and they have had just the best life and never any problems, but that wasn't us. And the majority of people don't live that way. There are real life problems.
Mm-hmm. And there will be people that everything's rosy.
Yeah.
And so then this may not be
that's good for them.
Yeah, this may not be the place.
You might want to tune out.
because we're going to talk about, everything from dating your spouse to sex with your spouse to encouraging your spouse to growing with your spouse to all those different things, how they look, because they're all part of a relationship.
Right.
They're all part of our marriage that we have to work on.
Right.
Every aspect. And we'll also share the things that we've worked on separately to work on ourselves to come back to a marriage stronger because it makes a big difference on how we approach it. So that's kind of the road we're going to take you on with marriage hot takes. So each week we'll kind of leave you the hot take because we'll say a lot of words and sometimes there'll be awkward words. But every week we'd like to leave you with something, and that's kind of always our goal, something that you can take away from this and apply it. Because what good is it if you listen to all this for 20, 30 minutes and don't know what to take from it to apply? And so that's kind of our goal, is to share some of our experiences. And at the end, just say, this is a hot take you can take with you and apply it into your marriage or apply it to yourself. And as you'll see over our course of our time together, that if you take some of these hot takes and apply them into your life, to your marriage, you'll start to see some changes. All these are a combination of really the last 10 or 11 years that we've really worked on it. So don't think it was an overnight, and we still have a long way to go.
We do.
We still have a long way to go.
We do.
Yeah. Because in our marriage group, Kim always say,
I do all those things.
She's the perfect one.
I am perfect. Everything that has been said, I'm always like, yeah, I do that. I don't really have any marriage problems. I'm the perfect.
You're the perfect wife.
So I do it all.
It's all on me.
Yeah. So, I have fixed it all, but he's still working on it.
I'm still working on it. Yeah. So you can join in and see how perfection looks like.
All that to be said, I do look over at you and I am glad that we're still married. I'm glad that you're still there.
I'm glad you're still there.
Thanks.
And you'll see through the course of our conversation, because of Kim's growth, this podcast is happening. Because when I approached her about it, it was really a yes.
Yeah,
which really shocked me. and that was not too long ago, just a few months ago. And I thought, she's going to put a hard
normally, I don't know. We'll have to see about that.
And it was a quick yes.
Yeah.
And then she kept on me about when are we going to do it? When are we going to start?
Yeah, I did. So, I think it was important.
And so each week, Kim will share her hot take with us.
And she will read it. So that way.
It's
the only scripted part of the show.
The only script will be the hot take that you get to take with you. Go ahead.
Are you ready for the hot take?
Ready for the hot take. Bring it.
This week's hot take. Statistics don't end marriages. Disengagement does.
When we disengage with the other person, is what happens, and you become a stat. It's not the stats, it's the disengagement. And so our hope is through listening that we can re-engage you in your marriage and all the little aspects that we can re-engage. So thanks for joining us on our first show. That's about all we got. We're going to have a whole bunch of other topics coming up. We just kind of want to introduce ourselves, share who we are, what we are, and kind of get that out of the way and move on to the next one. You have any?
Roll on. I don't think we're supposed to say that.
I don't think so.
That was not it.
And sometimes if you stay to the end, you never know what you're going to get. So it's always a fun time. So thanks for joining us on Marriage Hot Takes, and we'll look forward to seeing you later.
Thanks so much for spending this time with us on Marriage Hot Takes.
We hope today's conversation encouraged you, challenged you, and gave you something practical to take back into your marriage.
Remember, strong marriages aren't built in one big moment.
They're built in small, intentional choices made every day.
If this episode helped you, please share it with someone you care about.
And don't forget to subscribe and leave a review. It really helps us reach more couples.
Until next time, keep choosing each other, and we'll see you for the next hot take.